Hi everyone. So today we are going to do a web scraping for this option chain for NSE market data. So we'll try to replicate this table and we'll try to download the data. So this is the option chain for Nifty 50, which is currently at 24,700, and we'll use Python request library to download the data. And the objective here is to see the price change. So if I open one of the call at 23,800, so this is the call price, but we are more of interested in intraday charts. So these values are not much useful to us. We want this intraday chart. So we'll extract this data in the next tutorial. So so here we have the call and put, and we'll extract all the data and we'll try to compare how the price changes for within the call and within the put and between call and put. So here we are importing libraries such as request, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup I don't think we require. We have JSON and we have pandas. I have written some code already. I will show you how I used to code. I have worked in a data science team for last 4 years. So I'll show you how I used to code. Generally, the other tutorials, they'll keep the code ready and they'll copy and paste, or they look into the other screen and they'll try to show you that their code works perfectly. But I'm not going to do that. We'll see so many errors, and you may also get bored in the middle of the session if because I'll be going through all these errors and I'll try to resolve it by looking Google, finding solution. Even nowadays, Bard is also there. Let's start. So I'll import the request. So it will this library is used to get the data from the server. Uh, then we have the library Beautiful Soup. I don't think we require Beautiful Soup because we'll directly get the data in JSON format from the request. So we don't require Beautiful Soup. Uh, so we can delete it. Uh, and then we will also import JSON. It's not required, but let's keep it in the import. And then we have pandas. Pandas is used to create data frame and data frame manipulation. So we'll whatever data we will get, we'll convert it into JSON and then we'll create a data frame out of it. So now we have the header. So header is important because sometimes the server thinks that the requests are coming from a automated system. So these headers are important. I'll show you later that how I got these headers. Um, so this header shows the server that the request is coming from a genuine human instead of any automated program. So I'll show you how to get this header. Um, so first you go to the three dots in the Chrome and go to developer tools. This window will open up. We'll go to that network part. Even F12 is a shortcut for opening this developer tools for any browser. So this network will give us all the sent request and received request. So here you see that market status is there. What we will do is we'll refresh the page to get the latest all the requests. So here, if you see, we have response header and the URL. This request URL we'll use it later to get the data. And then response headers are there. We'll not use this one, but we will use a request header. So these are the things which I copied and which will be used later. Sometimes the web page will not come correct, the data will not come correct, maybe some error you will get 401, the request not authenticated or something. So in that case, we'll run this page, we'll get the latest header and we'll paste it, and then the page will return us a 200 OK status. Um, so this is the URL which we are going to use to fetch the data, and let's run this page. So header and then URL. Um, uh, really. So I'll show you why the header is important. So if you look here, I've taken empty header. If I run this with an empty header, and let's see what response we get. Um, I think the code has stuck because the request is not coming back or some error is there because of empty header. Um, so what I Okay, let me refresh the page and see the request of the network requests which are sent and received. So you look here, we have uh, this option chain indices symbol Nifty, and we can copy this URL. So I've used the same URL. Payload, I'll show if you want to put payload also, we can put symbol which is Nifty. But for now, we don't require it. So then we have this response page. What is the response we got? So in a beautiful JSON format, if you want to see, you can go to preview and you can see the data in a expandable button or a JSON or XML format. So these are the strike prices you see. There is also the records with strike prices and all. What we do is we'll take up this strike price and expiry date, and then we'll use the same thing to get the final level of data. So we'll see what else we can get from this page. So this has this expiry date of 25th June 2026, and this is the URL. So we'll use the same URL here, and we'll run the script, and let's see. The code is still running, which means there is some issue. So what I will do is I need to restart the kernel or stop the code execution. But generally, once the Jupyter Notebook gets stuck, it's very difficult to stop the code execution. So I will restart this kernel and run it again. This time, what I'll do is I'll remove the header part. So if I remove the header part from here, let's see if we are able to fetch the data or not. So I'll run the URL and I'll start that request.get. And again, I think the cell has frozen, not running. Actually, it is running, but I don't know where or something has happened. I'll restart that. I have to restart the kernel again. So I really hate restarting the kernel because sometimes the stop button stopping the code execution doesn't work. The only option left is to restart the kernel. Um, so that's the drawback in Jupyter Notebook. Uh, even sometimes the console can show me what is the exact issue. But let's restart the kernel. So now the kernel has restarted. You can see that white dot. So white dot means kernel is ready to run the code. If it is black, then which means that kernel is running some code. So now we are ready to run the code. We'll run the cells. So generally, I prefer Shift Enter which will move to next cell. Instead of that, you can use Control Enter also. So this will keep your uh, cursor on the same cell instead of going to the next cell. So here the header part is not working. We'll put the same header back. So header equal to header, and if you want to put the data also, so you can put data equal to uh, whatever the format, which is I think dictionary format. So data equal to symbol nifty. So I type symbol nifty uh, and hope that data is sent. There is some error. So header is not a valid variable name. So I think it is header. So let's run the code again. And yes, so connection broken. Some existing connection was possibly closed by remote host. So I think because of this GET request, we are not allowed to send the data. So we'll remove this part. We'll run the code. So we got the response back from the request, and let's see what is the output of the page variable. So, so I will type page, and we'll see what are the commands available. We don't require fancy beautiful soup or selenium or anything else to get the data. So I'll put a dot and press tab to open up all the things. So here you can see JSON is there. So let's convert this output to a JSON format. So we see here we have record and all the data in JSON format. That's what exactly we want. Um, so we will create a variable. Before that, we'll convert it into a data frame. So uh, if you see here, the JSON variable will see all the keys because we want only the table. We want to generate only the table. So the keys are records and filter. So we'll take records, and in the record we have the expiry date and some other things. So let's see what are the keys inside the record. So dot keys, and we got data timestamps, underlying values, and strike price. Let's see the key data, and the output shows all the data. Um, let's convert it into data frame. So pd dot data frame and run this. So we have strike price, expiry date, PE, and CE values. So sometimes C is somewhere P is NaN, not a number, and P is also there, but we have to expand this PE because I want individual data. So maybe I have to search for how to expand this. Let's search how to expand this because I want in this format calls and put and with the OI and all the other data OI change volume, last trading price, etc. So to replicate this same table, this data from the PE has we have to expand it. Let's see what are the keys inside data. Okay, it's not a key; it's already a list. So let's see what are the other uh, keys. Which might come handy. It's the underlying value strike prices. Strike prices are seems useful. Let's see. Okay, so these are all the strike prices of our market. I don't think we can use this. Let's take the data again. Okay, it's small d. data and I'll convert it into a data frame and we'll expand this PE. He has the data in a dictionary format or a JSON format, whichever you want to prefer. To say, so we'll expand this. So first, I will make a variable out of it, and then I think this is all the data uh, for the call and put C is also there. So let's create a variable out of it. So data frame equal to pd dot data frame, and let's run this. So let's print the data frame. We have shift enter, and we have type price, expiry date, and PE and CE. So PE and CE I need to expand. I, so let's expansion. I have okay. Let's search the internet how to expand PE and CE. Let's see what is inside the expiry date. So if you want to see the expiry date column, just put a dot expiry tab is not working. We'll make it write it in a square bracket and press tab to expand it. So this is expiry date data, and let's run this. See what is the frequency of the expiry date. So we'll do a value count and we'll see expiry date which has 31st October 24, which has most of the num frequency is around 115 and so on. 26 December, 24 October is 100 data points and so on. So I think 25th September 25 has very low expiry. So we can also select here, see all these expiries are there 28 till 28 June 2029. So here we can see all the data is available to us. So the first step is clear, getting the data. So we'll take 24 October 24 as our filter because we want to replicate the specific table. If you want, we can add different date for different days to get the different table. So expiry date 24 October 24, and now we want to expand this P and C data. So we can have it in a multi header. Let's search how to expand this data. So let's see if what is the data type for this data frame. So everything is in object. I thought it will be a list or some dictionary, but actually it is object data type, a mixed data type. So let's search how to expand data kind of column. So it's a dictionary data. So we search for dictionary expansion. Um, okay, so this says explode. Explode is the same thing which we can use in big data, like Databricks, to explode any column. PD JSON normalize. I think this looks okay. Can use this one. What are the other? Oh, this one looks more cleaner. Dot apply with PD dot series. We'll take this one. Uh, so we'll type TF where PE dot. We will remove this extra things. We'll run this, and yes, it has expanded very neatly. So we have the identifier available, which we will use it to get the data later for that part. We have traded volume and all underlying values. Let's see. The open interest is there. So strike price is there 23,000. At 20,000, the open interest is 15,670, 6,700. So um, here strike price is 23,000 and uh, bid quantity is 15,075. Sorry, OI is 156,385. I think the data, this table's data and that whatever we ran earlier was not synced or ran at the same time. What we'll do is we'll refresh this table and we'll run the code again. So to get the same data. So I'll refresh this table and I'll run the request again and let's see. Um, mm, okay, it came and run it again. Okay, so we got the data and now if we see the open interest is uh, 0.15 million or 155,557. Let's see, open chain the OIA is 155,557. So now we have matching data. So yes, we are able to track the data for calls and puts. Let's expand it and make the table more cleaner. So here, what I can do is I can put initial, um, multi-level header. So we'll have a P, and then under it we'll have all the um, data. So don't think here expansion has a multi-level thing available. Let's see PD multi-index from product, concat data frame. I think this part may work such index IDX with multiple columns. So first level and concat access one. Let's see. Um, use this thing. First I'll convert it into a variable, or let's directly run this. Um, so the end, I think I should put this df PE, which is the first level. Columns must be the same length as key. It's not working. The length is different. So even creating a new column. So putting multiple columns into a single column is again some issues there. So we'll convert the data, we'll get the columns and set the index. Let's see. I will press key A and select the number 36 or click outside uh, the cell and you can press A to create an empty cell above. So let's write the code in the same format as given in Stack Overflow. So first I will convert this to set index. Let's see set index if it works. Strike price is our index and X is small. So let's put this, run this. Some columns must be of same length as key. Multiple length. Maybe we can get convert this data frame into a list and says multi-index from tuple. Let's try this one out because this is how we want it. So multi-index from tuples and given element. So I'll read this part. Let's see multi-index and should be capital. So multi-index and I'll remove all this. Um, so must pass both labels and code. So anyway, the other option I can see is I will put um, initial PE just before the column instead of doing all this uh, nonsense because how to select the multi-header. So I'll make it PE and then let's convert it into array or records. Records is there. We will use records. There are other data formats which we can convert it into. And now it is in array format. Hopefully this works for a multi-index. Um, it's in array format. I think it's tuple. I'm not sure whether it will work. So multi-index, index. No, wait. Multi-index dot from arrays. Arrays is there and frame is also there. Maybe you can use frame directly. So pe dot to records. And let's see, again some arrays. The import must be a list sequence of arrays like so. I think it's a list of people, and mm, maybe we can directly use from frame and PE. Let's see, this multi-index, it has come up like a multi-index. Strike price, expiry, and all is there. Let us put it in data frame. The DFP is equal to multi-index date ran. Let's print this. I think it has changed to tuple instead of a dictionary. So the other best solution I can see is let let's leave this part because you have to put the column names and do all this nonsense. And selecting also difficult for multi-header. So what we'll do is we'll rename the column. We'll put a initial characters like P in the front of this um, column name and P and C, and then we'll add it. So PE is this. Will take the column. So dot column, and here initial will add PE. So PE in strings, and we'll do a plus to add PE everywhere. And the same thing we'll do for calls. so that the column name will be different. Uh, so here, if you see P stripe as it gets added, we'll add underscores also, and let's rename it to P dot columns equal to PE, and so we have assigned P columns, and now if we will do this for call also. So this is P data frame. We'll do this for same thing for call, and we'll copy this again for call. So PE dot columns, and copy these two lines, and mm, okay, I think we have converted it earlier to tuples, so that's why it has created some issue. We need to run this code again, and so the next part on this one will run. Um, so um, now I think the data frame is in correct format. Okay, try. We'll do the same thing for CE. I'll change everything to CE, a column, CE, CE dot columns. Wait, uh, done, and we'll merge these two data frame. We'll do a concat PE comma CE, and let's see 200 rows. So I think it has added uh, the data not in front but at the bottom. So first is PE, then next is PE because column names are different. So instead of concat, we'll use pd dot merge to merge the data frame. Let's do it. Um, because I need these two tables side by side. One C is also this is C is not there. So let's run this again and see C is also there, but that initial top right area is NaN and bottom left area for P is NaN because it has added the data on top of each other. So we don't want that. We want side by side. Let's do pd dot merge. I think pd dot merge will solve our issue. So pd dot merge, and we'll put CE and left on think the strike price. So PE underscore strike price, and the same thing we'll do for right. So right joining will bring on PE underscore strike price, and let's see. Now we have 100 rows. Perfect. And we have all the data together. So here C of quantity is 1050, and in the table we asked quantity for calls is 1050. So I think the data is joined correctly, and for PE the data is also correct. Now the table is truncated, so that we'll do it later. We'll first convert this into a will create a variable for it, and that is our final option chain. So now the next session will extract the table, so this data points to create this graph. So we'll replicate the same graph in the next session so as to compare between calls and between calls and between call and put. So within and intra and inter comparison will do. So see you all in the next session. Thank you.